Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Do you believe there was adequate consultation from the federal government with the Alaska Natives in the administration's decision regarding ANWR?
Which specific decision?
The one that's the discussion in regards to ANWR that we're talking about today.
Well, certainly there's been a lot of engagement with tribal communities, local villages, Alaska Native corporations in the development of the supplemental environmental impact statement for the coastal plain.
Do you believe there was adequate consultation?
Can't speak to adequate. I can just speak to the number of meetings and number of engagements that we have held.
Is that how you measure adequate, is how many meetings you have?
No, I can just speak to the extensive efforts that we make at Outreach, the number of meetings, public meetings, government-to-government consultations, continued invitations to consult on these issues as well. We are always trying to do better when it comes to our consultation responsibilities.
What is your doctorate in? I see it's
chemistry.
Dr. Feldkes.
Physical chemistry.
Okay. Will you be staying after this to, the chairman of the subcommittee asked you to stay for the next witnesses. In particular, I think it's in regards to the whole consultation question. Will you be staying to hear their testimony?
Unfortunately, I will not be able to stay due to other meetings I need to be at, but I will be viewing the testimony and we'll be watching the archive on the website afterwards.
So you're saying we will be doing that. Will you view the testimony from the people on the next panel? Will you be viewing it yourself?
Yes, absolutely.
Will you be also watching the questions that are going to be asked of them?
Yes, I will.
How many acres encompass ANWR?
It's about 19.3 million.
Yep, 19.3 million. How many acres are actually utilized for these oil projects, the oil and gas projects?
Well, currently there are no leases in the refuge, so there are no acres being used for oil and gas at this point.
So under the proposal of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, how many acres were they proposing to utilize for actually producing oil and gas? 10.4 billion, wasn't it 10.4 billion barrels? Wasn't that the amount that they estimated could be taken as a result of that?
I'm not sure about that. I do know that the law required that the lease sales offer at least 400,000 acres.
The lease sale, how much would actually be utilized for the footprint of drilling rigs, roads, the infrastructure to be able to complete these projects?
Well, in the law, there was the restriction of up to 2,000 acres. That, however, can be a number of very linear acres. The roads create a network that ends up causing a much larger footprint than just, say, a 2,000 acre square in a single spot.
Okay, so about how many acres would be utilized for, under that proposal, under the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, about how many acres would the footprint be? Would you
I don't have that number on me right now.
In the context of 19.3 million acres, wouldn't it be a very small part?
It all depends on the which acres you're talking about, the importance of those acres for subsistence resources and other surface values. It's hard to say exactly.
Because subsistence resources, that wouldn't be included, would it? Because we're talking about the actual footprint for drilling for oil and gas. Subsistence, I'm assuming you're referring to whaling and things like that.
Oh, also caribou.
Yep.
Onshore.
By the way, how are the wildlife populations doing up on the North Slope?
I don't have that data in front of me right now.
Okay, can you get that data?
Yes.
That'd be great, because everything I understand, since the Alaska pipeline was built a few decades ago, the caribou population has exploded. Is that accurate?
I said I don't have that data, but I also know there are different caribou herds that can exhibit different population effects.
Let's have a little economic discussion in regards to what the ranking member said about who benefits from this. You know who benefits from us producing more energy? Americans. You can talk about all the rich people and all the rest. You know who the rich people are benefiting right now from? is the tax credits they get for intermittent wind and solar, where you have places like California where you pay twice as much for your electricity and it's maybe on half the time. Okay, that's a little bit of hyperbole in regards to on half the time, but that's basically what's been happening into states and countries that have went to intermittent sources of power that can only survive with tax credits. Who buys those tax credits? Warren Buffett, people like that. I mean, it's the ultra wealthy that buy those tax credits that are set up by United States of America. Who benefits from affordable energy? The American people benefit from affordable energy. And I hope we will drill for more oil and gas here in America so that we can have prosperity. America is only prosperous when we have affordable energy. I yield back.